welcome. Failure is probable, don't be impossible. Let me save you time. Don't bother trying, you might end up dying. Skip the uphill climb. Fear is a friend on whom you can depend to have your back for life. Trust me, I know just how bad things can go. It's best to let dreams die. So long, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad to be of service. I'll be right here in case you need to settle down. Don't do that, are you crazy? Thank God I pay attention. Where would you be now if I hadn't come around just in time to stop it? It would have been catastrophic. Good thing you have a sidekick, your faithful inner critic. Hello everyone and welcome to Soaring Heights Live. I'm Jodi, and as you can probably tell, I have a live studio audience this evening. I'm very excited about that. So the first song I did is called Inner Critic, about that little voice inside of your mind that, especially when you're about to do something new, it kind of pipes up and it's trying to keep you safe, but it gets just a little bit overzealous and it starts to tell you all the fears that could possibly happen. And this is kicking off a whole theme around the phrase labor of love. So there are a lot of things in life that we do because we have to. And then there are things we do because we want to, because our heart longs for them. And it could be something small, it could be a hobby, or it could be a big dream. But anywhere in between, we're gonna walk the way through all those various aspects of labors of love. So let me check the next song, 1 second. Oh yes. So speaking of those fears in our mind, I think one of the main obstacles in going towards anything that we want is that we don't always know what we're doing, especially if we've never done it before, if it's the first step towards something. And that fear of failing, those doubts that can come into your mind, can be very paralyzing, and it can keep you from even getting started. And so this song is from my first album. It's called 1 Year Wiser, and it really is about facing those fears and not paying attention to those doubts in your mind, but saying, I'm gonna go ahead and take that first step, and I'm gonna learn from everything that I mess up on, and I'll do it better next time around. So this is 1 Year Wiser. This time next year, I won't remember how I was so afraid of failing. I won't recall all of the worries that kept my ship from ever sailing. This is nothing more than passing pain. I won't repeat the same mistakes again. Next time I'll be 1 year wiser. This time next year, I'll have forgotten one. It's a good reminder. Just take the first step, just start. You don't need to know what you're doing. This next song is really about people in caretaking roles. Mostly I was thinking of children, like teaching or parenting, but it could be anybody that you're sort of guiding or mentoring in any kind of way. And one of the things about failing and making mistakes is that it's not fun, but it is how we learn, and it is how we grow, and it also is how we build resilience and how we learn to trust ourselves. That, when something doesn't go the way we thought it was, we are able to pick ourselves up and keep going and keep moving towards that thing that we want. And so this song is really about when you are guiding someone and you realize that you're over caretaking, that you're doing too much, and that you're making it so that they're not learning how to trust themselves. And so I think it's such a moving target. You never know where that line is, and it moves all the time. As a teacher for about 20 years, as children age, the line moves. You don't know where to step in and where not to. So this song is about figuring out where that is and allowing somebody to fall down and figure it out for themselves. It's called Fix.
Shying away from anything that might lead to failure. But you have to fall many times before you win. And you'll never learn to move if I keep stepping in. So even though it's killing me not to, I won't fix this for you. I didn't mean to instill you with all these feelings of doubt. Have I made you dependent by always bailing you out? I won't let you drown, but maybe I should just let you struggle. Do I have the strength to stop rushing in when you're in trouble? 'Cause you have to fall many times before you win. And you'll never learn to move if I keep stepping in. So even though it's killing me not to, I won't fix this for you. I know you're afraid, but making mistakes is just part of living. Please don't protest, get out of the nest. It's time that you spread your wings and soar to bigger things. 'Cause you have to fall many times before you win. And you'll never learn to move if I keep stepping in. So even though it's killing me not to come to your rescue, what else can I do? I won't fix this for you.
That line is not easy to find, but it is important for us to build that that feeling of persistence inside of ourselves, to know that we can do it, to know we can trust ourselves to pick ourselves back up again. So the next song is not about the obstacles in our own mind or our own belief, but it's really about things outside of us, like society's standards or messaging that can get in the way of us going towards the things we love, and makes it feel more like labor. So this one is about aging and about the phrases of "you're too old" or "it's too late." And I don't like those phrases. I don't like them at all, because who is anybody else to tell you when it's too late for you or when you're too old for something? And I know that there are some things that, need to happen earlier in your life for like physical reasons, but that's only if you're going to do something like the Olympics. I mean, if you want to just go take lessons in something, go do it. You're not too old and it's not too late. So this is my pushback on that, and it's called Expiration Date.
There's something rotten in the air today. We just checked the date. Your dream is in decay. We hate to spoil all your plans. I know it's such a crying shame, shame, shame. Pour it out like sour milk down the drain. They say that it's a young man's game. Well, I am no spring chicken, but I will try it anyway. I'm not too old for this. I'm only in my 40s. I still have a lot to say. Don't count me out, my dear. I'll tell you when it's over. But for now, I'm here to stay. The shelf life of what you want is very short. It's best not to think about it anymore. How come you didn't know your talent was a perishable good, 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 good? Just throw it out, we really think you should. They say to live with no regrets, and I haven't reached my expiration yet. I'm not too old for this. I'm only in my 40s. I still have a lot to say. Don't count me out, my dear. I'll tell you when it's over. But for now, I'm here to stay. So you think that it is over and I shouldn't even try. Every aspiration curdled and I'm wilting on the vine. But I wear my age like a crown. My body doesn't weigh me down. I wear my age like a crown. My body doesn't weigh me down. I wear my age like a crown. My body doesn't weigh me down. I wear my age like a crown. My body doesn't weigh me down. I'm not too old for this. I'm only in my 40s. I still have a lot to say. Don't count me out, my dear. I'll tell you when it's over. But for now, I'm here to stay. I'm not too old, I'm not too old. I'm not too old, I'm not too old. I'm not too old for this.
You're not too old. It's not too late. Don't believe that messaging. It's not true. So the next song is about a different kind of obstacle, and that is circumstantial. This is when you are going towards something that you want and something happens. Either you get stopped in your tracks in some way, or maybe life happens and you have to set aside this thing that you're trying to go for, and you don't want to. You want to fight to keep it going. And if you don't know this about me, I can be very patient about certain things, but timing is not one of them, especially around things that I want. I want them to happen when I wanted them to, when I planned for it. And sometimes life just says, no, you're not going to do that, and you can't force it through. If you try, you're just going to wear yourself out and you're not really going to get anywhere. And so this is about realizing that whatever you're doing, it's either not the right time, or you need to sort of step back and pick a different tactic because it's just not working the way that you're doing it. This is called shadow boxing. Patience, that can be a tough one. So I'm going to take a little pause here for a moment, and I'm just going to check in with all of you who are watching at home, and I'll talk to my lovely husband, David, about that. David, anything happening over there?
Well, you played your mom's favorite song, Inner Critic.
Oh, yes, my mother's favorite song is Inner Critic, so yes, I started with that one. I haven't played that in a while.
And then Richard wants to know what makes up that James Bondy chord.
Oh, Richard wants to know what makes up the James Bond chord, it's this one. Which is James, it's James Bond. That's what you hear at the end of like the theme song for that. That particular one is, oh gosh, my brain is gonna go blank now because I have pressure. It's a B flat minor with an added 11th at the top of it, if that's what you wanna know. So that's the C at the top. James Bond. That's that chord. So there you go. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody here in the room have any questions or anything? If you don't, it's fine. No pressure. But just, I don't know. Anything? Silence? Yes. Okay.
How does it feel to be back?
Oh, my friend Karen says, how does it feel to be back? It feels great. I have not done one of these live stream concerts in a year. It was last April, so took a break. Speaking of labors of love and obstacles and timing and all of that, sometimes you have to step back for a little bit, but I'm back. I'm doing my thing, and I'm very happy to have people here for the first time in person, so thanks for joining me. Yeah, great. Anything else? Anybody? Great. Awesome. So we've talked about fighting through. We've talked about when the fight has to stop and you step back and you sort of reassess, and sometimes in those sort of dead spots or limbo spots in your labor of love, it's a good time to just double check that you still want it. Because sometimes the answer is that it's too hard and maybe your heart isn't in it anymore and you want to pick something else to labor for because you want it and desire it, and that's fine. That's just part of life. There are definitely things that I used to want that I just don't want anymore. We change as we grow and as we age. But if you step back and you do that assessment and you realize that you do still want it, that's the moment where all of that testing and resilience and trust in yourself comes back to help you, because that's when you pick yourself back up and you say, wow, this feels really hard, but I am going to take whatever small steps I can towards my heart's desire. And this song is about how close you can be to a milestone if you don't give up. So this is called Long the Dream, but Late the Door.
Hearken to the voice you've heard many times before.
Ooh, I always feel that one really strongly. So, if your heart's still in it, keep going, because you never know. It could just be right around the corner. So now we get to the good stuff. And this is when you've been through your own obstacles in your mind, you've pushed through society's messaging, you've waited and reassessed, and you've decided to keep going, and now the time is right. It's time to take action. It's time to go for it. And this song is really about seizing that moment, about, trusting your intuition and your instincts to tell you, now's the time. The door is open. This is your opportunity. Don't miss it. Go for it. So this is called Hot Diggity Dog.
What you've been following all this time. Don't let your prey be the one that got away. This is what you trained for all along. Trust your instincts, they won't lead you wrong. You've been chasing your tail for ages. Well, hot diggity dog, put your nose down to the ground now. If you want it, track it down. So many times you have lost the scent. Failure has stolen your confidence, left with your tail tucked between your legs. But that's the past, it's a brand new day. It's time. Seize that day. Come on. So the next song is about when you've finally arrived. You've seized that moment and you've gone through all this stuff, and now the good stuff is happening, and people are looking at your success and your milestone from the outside and going, oh, you're just so talented. It just comes so easy to you. And you're going, I don't think so. I've gone through this whole up and down thing and years of doing all of this. And yeah, maybe looking from the outside in and not knowing all of that background, it looks easy, but it took a lot to get here, and it's been a long time coming. And I think it's also important for us to remember that when we look at other people's successes and their milestones, because from the outside, it's like, oh, everything just falls into their lap, and it's just so, but no, they've had their own struggles with it, and they've had their own journey, and everything looks easy when you don't know all of the labor that went into it, right? So this is called Long Time Coming.
All right, I am going to stop and check in one more time because I only have one song left. This went very fast. So, David, anything happening out there that I need to know about?
Some general awesomeness comments, people loving your stuff.
Okay.
And here's a new one. Jocelyn is listening and watching while giving her daughter a haircut.
Ooh! Wow, Jocelyn is watching while she's giving her daughter a haircut. That's awesome. Just be careful with the scissors. That's all I have to say, but that's so cool. Yes, put me on with your daily life. I think that's perfect. Anybody here have any questions or comments? Anything you want to bring up? If not, it's totally fine.
Thank you for inviting us to be part of this.
You're welcome. It's so nice to not have dead silence at the end of a song. It kind of gave me a complex the first couple of times I did these shows. I was like, everyone hates me. And then it was like, there's no one here. What are you talking about? So I also want to say a huge thanks to everyone who came and is in the audience tonight, and to all of you for tuning in, and to those of you who are tuning in later, welcome. I also want to say a huge thanks to John here at Futura Productions. He's just amazing to work with, and also to Nick, who's doing camera work this evening, and like this place just makes me look and sound great, and I love it, so it's very cool. I also have a couple little things to tell you about. One of them is that I am in the middle of releasing an album right now, a 5-song album called Nocturne, which I recorded here at Futura Productions, and as part of that, I made a companion journal. So this is basically a way for people to explore their relationship with night and darkness. And it has all kinds of questions about nature, things like what phase of the moon is it, and can you point any constellations out? But it also has questions like, have you ever had a dark night of the soul? What's your favorite nighttime memory? And my lovely graphic designer took my album cover art and turned it into this, and the full journal is prompted, so there's all kinds of questions. There's also artwork from lyrics from the album, like this. I feel like I'm reading a children's story right now. So I'm really proud of this. I wasn't expecting to make this, but speaking of labors of love, this definitely was one of them. And it came because there were just some delays on the album, and this is what came out of that. So sometimes good stuff can come from getting stopped in your tracks. So this is gonna be available for sale in May, and also, if you want to be one of the lovely people invited to these concerts in person, the people here in the room are people who support me on Patreon and people who supported my Indiegogo campaign. They come to my shows, they buy my merch, they're like my tried and true. But if you want to join in that, you can go to my website and sign up for Patreon, or you can just, if you don't have any money to help me with my music, that's fine. You can also sign up for my mailing list at the bottom of my website. So that is my shameless plug. Thank you for staying tuned for all of that. And now we get to the final song of the program. So, in all of our labors of love, in all of the things that our heart wants, there comes a moment where we do arrive, not just at a milestone, but kind of at the finish. That maybe we just feel done with it, or maybe we've achieved whatever the goal was that we set out for ourselves. And that's the moment to lay that aside and pick another one. Because I think as humans, we need dreams. We need things that we love and that our heart wants in order to help us keep from being stagnant. And it pushes us to grow and build skills that we didn't have, and that cycle just repeats. It's not one journey, it's over and over and over again. So this song is going to be on my album I'm recording in Nashville, and this is the first time I'm ever playing it. So all of you are hearing it for the first time, all of you are hearing it for the first time, and it is called Evolving. So thank you again for tuning in, and I will hope to see you soon.
We've reached the end of the line. I am coming home after all of this time, but I am not returning unchanged. Seems like eons ago when I first heard the call, stepped out of